What's going on, guys? Eternal went back with another Ghost of Tsushima video, and today we're going to cover my patch 2.18 Hunter build. This is going to be a revamped Hellfire Hunter build with Enjo's Remorse after the update to deliver some devastating fire damage with the class ability Explosive Arrow. Alright, as for the gear, we're going to rock a Moon Katana because Moonmaster Cancel is just oh so fun. I've actually changed from my previous Hellfire Hunter build. I had ultimate damage on here. Now, with the nerf to the Skipping Stone bow, you're not going to be able to build up Resolve as fast to be able to ult spam like you were able to before, previously. So what I've opted to do is replace that with Oni damage, and I'll explain why in just a little bit. Also, we have Burning Blade, replacing Way of the Flame and Poison Blade from the other builds, because this is primarily going to be a fire build. The Skipping Stone bow is the same as it's always been. Again, you can put helmet piercing ammo on there if you do not wish to use shield piercing. And if you're a baller ass hunter, use both. Now, for the big, juicy, meaty portion of the build, Enjo's Remorse. Now, Enjo's, when you're at full HP, it is going to give you a 15% damage increase. Now, this damage increase is for all damage. Your assassination damage, your melee damage, your range damage, your ult damage, your class ability damage, fire damage, poison damage, everything. And what we've decided to do, now that you can get class-specific perks on these legendary charms, we have our hunter ability radius 100%, because again, we're doing a explosive arrow build. Now that they've changed fire damage from 12% to 20%, we've decided to rock that with Blessed Arrows and Fire Master. The reason we're not using Foul Arrows is, again, fire build, but also because this is an Enjo's build. If you are not at 100% full HP, you do not get this damage increase, the 15% bonus damage increase. So we've got Blessed Arrows on there to ensure that our health stays topped off so that we can rock with this bonus damage as much as possible. With Spirit Kunai, the only thing I changed was I got rid of Ghost Weapon damage for status effect duration. Again, with that Enjo's bonus, really, when we're at full HP, it's kind of like having Ghost Weapon damage on there at 15%. So I've opted out of Ghost Weapon damage for status effect duration for our Exploding Arrow, or Explosive Arrow. The Smoke Bomb's going to stay the same. And let me give you some numbers now that we've covered the gear. So technique-wise, this is what your techniques are going to look like. Again, we're rocking double legendary. It's unfortunate that we're not using All-Seeing Eye, but again, with the nerf, I wanted to, with the nerf to the Skipping Stone bow, I wanted to try something different. So I opted out of this to run Enjo's instead to make the Explosive Arrow as strong as possible. And again, here go the damage numbers. Right here is 25% status damage. Now, if you look at Enjo's, we have Fire Master. That's another 25, bringing it to 50%. Fire damage 20%, bringing it to 70%. Then with Enjo's active, your fire damage is going to do 85% additional damage. And then you've got a little bit of status effect duration sprinkled in to just make it, make them burn longer and do more damage over a longer period of time. But then if you're an Oni, they'll take another 10% increased damage for a total of 95%. You can still use the old ult build, the old ult spam build, but I like to do new things, different things. And speaking of that, I wanted to go ahead and give a shout out to Atom Bomb 1177 because a couple of the builds that I had in mind prior to making them, he's already posted videos on. Our builds are extremely similar, if not identical, at least for two of them that I'm thinking of. This one and the Assassin one that I'm going to release soon. They're practically identical, so great minds think alike. I want to go ahead and give him a shout out. Again, Atom Bomb 1177, great Legends player, has some great content. some great solo attempts, and some great builds. So let me go ahead and go from here. I'm going to show you what the increased fire damage from explosive arrow while rocking Enjo's looks like in a nightmare survival.
Ghost attacked with brutal speed.
Brutal. Generally what you want to do is you want an entire group of enemies to make it to their location. This one being the farm. Once they're all there, you want to run out, drop a smoke, and that way you can go ahead and unleash your fire arrow, wait for kunai kills so that you can get your cooldowns back with spirit kunai, and then you can also reload cancel headshots to build your ultimate. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to show you what this damage looks like. And the thing you want to do is you generally want to hit something with a lot of HP. Look at this. Look at this shit. And then you can use fire arrows as well, because fire arrows are going to pack an enormous punch now. Look at that. Oh yeah.
Powerful ally to the ghosts.
And everything's back up again, so we'll go ahead and show it off again if possible. Alright.
The area was overrun.
Go ahead and pop this guy. Get your kunai kill. Alright guys, so that's going to be the demonstration. I just wanted to briefly show you exactly what that damage looks like. I also wanted to go ahead and quickly touch on the fact that your status effect damage also increases the damage that fire barrels do if you are the one to set them off. So if I go and grab a fire barrel and drop it down and then do an explosive arrow, the barrel itself is going to do 85% more damage to everything and an additional 10% damage to Onis. If you have like a really hard wave, like maybe you got a bunch of Tengu and bears, you can always go ahead and drop a barrel down before you use an explosive arrow for maximum damage. But this thing is super fun. Again, with the change to the skipping stone bow, I kind of feel like this is the new meta hunter for pretty much anything aside, or even maybe even for fucking Plat 7. But alright guys, that's going to be it. I'm going to be releasing additional videos for other characters based on patch 2.18, so stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Look at that burn damage.
The
Let's
disciple
go.
fell to a ghost.
Got a little burning blade.
The ghosts could sense more enemies on their way.
Alright. So we're gonna wait to set off that barrel so that I can show you exactly what it looks like when you drop an exploding arrow with all that extra fire damage and status effect damage. Because it's nasty. You saw what the other one looked like, and I'm about to drop this one too. Here we go, guys.
The ghost attacked
Look at this.
swiftly.
It almost kills them. Yeah. That shit is nuts.